Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Marvel Legends Joe Fixit Hulk Build-A-Figure Wave Atmosphere Armor Iron Man and Stealth Captain America figures review.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini Mayfield fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
6 figures in a wave. You need all 6 figures to complete the Joe Fixit Build-A-Figure. And a quick look at the artwork on the side of the box. It is the same on both boxes, and on both sides you can see a picture of some of the team members from the Avengers video game: Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, Kamala Khan, and Captain America. And there's a quick look at the front of the packaging. You can see it says Gamerverse up at the top, Iron Man and Captain America at the bottom on their respective packages. Alright, let's get these bad boys open and see what's what. Alright, here we go. Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, and Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, and 2 of their alternate looks from the Gamerverse Avengers video game. Captain America's bio on the back of the package reads, "Injected with an experimental super soldier serum, Steve Rogers has the peak potential of strength, endurance, and dexterity." Iron Man's bio on the back of the package reads, "Tony Stark developed his cutting-edge atmosphere armor to defend the world against catastrophic threats." Iron Man is packed in with the right arm to complete the Joe Fixit Build-A-Figure. Captain America is packed in with the left arm to complete the Joe Fixit Build-A-Figure. Stealth Captain America and Atmosphere Armor Iron Man, I believe they represent the 7th and 8th characters from the Gamerverse universe. Let's see, we got Kamala Khan, the regular version of Iron Man, and the regular version of Captain America, as well as the Abomination Build-A-Figure in the first Gamerverse Abomination Build-A-Figure wave. Then we got a single-carded Deluxe Gray Hulk, and then I think there was the single-carded Star Boost or Star Burst, or whatever it is, Iron Man armor that I believe is the same sculpt as this Iron Man here, just colored differently. That Iron Man I do not have. So yeah, that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe this is 8. We've yet to receive Thor from the Gamerverse, and I guess we still need a regular version of Hulk, because the Hulk that we got was like Kamala Hulk or something. And then I guess we'll have the core team done in their regular player 1 outfits, or whatever they're calling it. I haven't played this game at all, so I'm certain that their costumes change and you can pick different versions of your favorite characters and what have you. You guys let me know in the comments below. But from what I've seen so far, the gameplay looks pretty cool, and everybody that I've spoken to, they give the game praise, they give the game good marks for the most part. I went ahead and switched things up just for the sake of uniformity for the review, but out of the package he had a 1-in-1 as far as the hands go. He does come with a set of fists, and he also has a set that are open and cupped. It looks like the trigger finger is kind of extended on the right hand. The sculpts are slightly different between the two, but both of them have the pointer finger and thumb almost touching. I guess if you wanted to, you could get a gun in that right hand or the left. You guys let me know in the comments below, does Captain America use guns in this game? Out of the package he had the unmasked head attached to his body, so just to double back to that, which looks good. I do think it looks like the game design. I'm not really a big fan of the game designs for any of them, to be honest, but I do think that they pretty much got the likeness as far as the game goes. I'll probably just be utilizing this head for some random person, a background person or some goon or something in a display. And then he was also packed in with his trusty shield. Obviously we can't have a Captain America figure without his shield. This design is a little different from the comic based design, but at least they went with the larger look for the shield here. Sometimes with Legends, well, oftentimes with Legends they'll use this larger shield design for movie figures, or I guess video game figures now too, and then use a smaller shield for the comic based Captain America figures or figures that wield shields. So yeah, I'm glad they went with the bigger shield here. However, not a lot of detail on the inner portion, and they went went with the old school sort of clip mechanism here, and this is already stressed. I already stressed it putting it on his forearm, so it can't really attach to the wrist, but it will attach to the forearm, which has that sort of thicker gauntlet or armor part, which I'll show you shortly. But yeah, I wish this was better detailed on the inside, and I wish they would actually come up with a better mechanism for having him hold the shield. You can just have him casually hold the shield like this, and obviously you saw that it could be fixed into that peg hole on his back as well. Taking a closer look at the deco, just black and gray here with some silver accents, silver on the knee pads, some silver highlights on the gloves, and on this padding here on the arms. I actually kind of like this design. It looks pretty good. If I remember correctly, this is the same design as the regular version of Cap, just a different color. So no real surprises here. Definitely some parts that we've seen before. The boots, I think the knee pads, this whole entire lower torso. This belt is actually a separate part. You can actually spin that around, and you customize this out there. If you just nip this or clip this and take it off, you can probably use it for something else. The mask head sculpt looks pretty good. Not too many paint imperfections or anything like that. He looks good. Standard articulation for one of Marvel Legends' male characters. Head on a ball joint, up, down, left, right, pivot, no issues there. Shoulder's going to be hindered a little by that shoulder pad, but you can do a full 360. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, swivel and a hinge on the wrist. Ab crunch forward and back. You get a little more range going back. There is a waist swivel, T-joint at the pelvis. Leg will come up that far. Split, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knee, and a hinge and a deep ankle pivot. Oh, and you got rotation at the boot here for Cap. Tony came out of the package with both of the open hands with the fingers spread attached. You can see two little peg holes in both hands. He did not come with any blast effects, but we've gotten so many blast effects with either Iron Man or War Machine over the past like year or so that I'm sure you have plenty of those in some bin somewhere. He came helmeted, although he does have an unmasked head sculpt, which I'll get into shortly. Mostly blue and silver here. I guess a couple of little black or dark grayish highlights. The armor looks pretty good. Like I said, I do believe this is the same sculpt as the other single release or store exclusive Star Burst or Star Boost Iron Man. I like it. It looks pretty good. Marvel Legends has been on a roll with their Iron Man armors and given us some very good, updated, much better Iron Man armors than some of the things they put out in the past, and better scaled as well. Aside from the two open hands, Iron Man is also packed in with two fists. These look good. No issue swapping out any of the hands on either figure. And then, like I mentioned, Iron Man also has the unmasked Tony Stark head, which looks good. Looks very Washington Heights. Dímelo, que lo que. The likeness is there to the video game character, so I'm with that. But again, just not really a huge fan of these looks to begin with. But I will be utilizing this head for something else for sure. Matter of fact, let me try something real quick. Yep, that works. That is the chameleon body for the Tony Stark head, and the new Logan body from the Logan and Professor X 2-pack that I just reviewed. Check that out if you haven't, for Steve Rogers here. So I think that works. I think that looks good. You know, Steve Rogers is a little larger and buffer. I'm gonna have to find a casual look for Kamala Khan, and then I guess once Thor drops, I'll have to use a wrestler body for his casual look until Marvel Legends puts out something larger. In terms of articulation for Iron Man, the head is on a ball joint. He'll look up pretty far. You can get him into some decent flying poses. He can look down, left, right, pivot. Gonna be hindered a little bit by this part in the back, and hindered a little bit turning fully left to right. Shoulders on the ball joint, they're gonna come up just that far. They're really hindered by these shoulder pads. You can do a full 360, however. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, swivel and a hinge on the wrist, ab crunch going forward, back, waist swivel, T-joint at the pelvis, leg will come up that far. You do get a very good split, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knee. You get a hinge on the foot slightly, and a little bit of ankle pivot. It's hindered by this portion here on the lower leg. So I'm gonna cut this one short. Decent set of figures here. Definitely got to pick these guys up if you want to complete the Joe Fixit Build-A-Figure Hulk. These came out better than I expected. You know, I didn't expect too much from these. I suppose that's why. I guess I would be more into them if I actually played the video game. You guys let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss it. But moving forward, Falcon is going to be up next. I want to breeze through these because obviously these reviews have been out for quite some time, and I want to build Joe Fixit as soon as possible so I can get around to my Hulkarama video. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Rate, share, subscribe, hit the bell down there, and until next time, peace.